Our next inductee mightn't be that well known in his homeland, but mention his name in the Big Apple and you'd be in for a huge surprise.
When you touch the tape at a tick over 203 centimetres and live just down the road from the home of the Geelong Football Club, an AFL career would surely beckon. Instead, the long-limbed Graeme Lloyd found fame on the baseball diamond, half a world away, in 1996, becoming the first Aussie to win a World Series ring with the famed New York Yankees and gaining a second 2 years later.
I can't believe this is happening. This is unbelievable.
In 1993, he became the first pitcher from down under to play Major League ball, and in a decade would take part in 568 games with an assortment of clubs. Used primarily as a reliever, few could handle this specialist when he was called to the mound. He had made his mark playing Claxton Shield for Victoria, was spotted by the Toronto Blue Jays, traded to Milwaukee, and then on to the Yankees. He would sign a 3-year, $9 million deal with Montreal and eventually find his way to Florida. With injuries hindering him, he could have a further season with the New York Mets and then Kansas City before heading home for the Athens Olympics. Except for an unusual visa issue, Lloyd could have stayed in the majors beyond 2003. But the 37-year-old was then free to join the Australian national team, as they won a silver medal in Athens at the 2004 Olympics. In late 2008, he became pitching coach of the Perth Heat, taking them to successive crowns in the newly formed ABL. An amazing career is recognised tonight as Graeme Lloyd is inducted into the Sport Australia Hall of Fame.
And who better to do the honours as Graeme Lloyd is inducted than Athens Olympics teammate Dave Nilsson.
Charles Lindbergh and Amelia Earhart did that same wander down the what did they call it, the Canyon of the Heroes, or Broadway for the ticker tape. Was that the moment in your life that will always stand out?
It certainly was. It was, as I said on that tape, you know, it was unbelievable. And, you know, to go down that Canyon of Heroes and have 3 million people lining the streets, it was just phenomenal. You just find out how big New York really is, and it was an amazing time.
When you left Geelong and headed off on the dream, did you ever think that it'd take you on that journey?
No, I thought, well, I'll give it a go. You know, I was an electrician down in Geelong, and I thought, well, you know, I could do this for the rest of my life, or I could go and have a shot at making the big leagues. So, you know, with some inspiration that like Victor gives you, my goodness. It's just our table's starting sailing tomorrow, by the way. But
the relief pitcher, just explain, because most of us have grown up here in following sport where, you know, the opening bowler comes on and bowls so many overs, but you had a specific job to do. That was your specialty.
Yeah, I'd usually come in mid-innings. There'd be runners on base usually. And it was, you know, it was either you're the hero or the goat sort of time. You give up the runs and they don't like you too much, but if you get them all out, they love you. So that was sort of my job.
The most famous baseball team in history?
The Yankees. It was amazing.
Well, we've got a little surprise for you. I'll ask you to just have a peek at the screen.
Graeme, Joe Girardi here. I just want to congratulate you. I know you're really important to baseball over there, but you were also very important here. You were very important to the New York Yankees in 1996 as you were traded here and were a big part down the stretch and a big part in the playoffs. And we couldn't have done it without you. And we enjoyed having you on this team, and you were a great teammate and a great friend. And again, I want to congratulate you for all your success.
Joe Girardi, the manager of the New York Yankees. Fantastic. The game in Australia, where are we at? We're still providing plenty of players for the majors.
We've had over 30 Australians now that have played in the major leagues. You know, I think I was the third back in 1993. So we've had a steady flow, but also I think that we have Major League Baseball coming down in March was going to be magnificent for our game, and to have home and away games actually played in Australia that matter, it's going to be a blast, and that happens in Sydney in March, so that'll be very, very cool.
Do you still roll the left arm over?
They invite me back for Old Timers Day with the Yankees, so I get to throw an inning or so, but in relief, of course.
Graeme, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tonight, further honours for a baseball great as Graeme Lloyd is inducted into the Sport Australia Hall of Fame.